I've got a question that I was hoping to ask, and I'm going to ask it here because I think you're the only person I've ever spoken to that really can talk about both sides. I think, and again, tell me if I'm wrong, that getting physically fit and getting wealthy are extremely similar activities and relatively easy, but most people don't do them. What do you think of that?
Agreed on all accounts.
Really? Oh, I was unsure.
Yeah, no, totally. It's a similar thing where you do things that are not extreme with a set of dependable principles and you do them consistently, and it adds
Consistently.
up over
Okay.
time, adds up over time, adds up over time. And then you look 10 years later, you're in your 50s and you look like you're in your 30s, and everyone's like, what are you doing, Frank? How come you look so great? It is no magic answer. I've just been lifting weights for half a generation, 4 times a week, been watching my diet, and this is how I
Exactly.
look. Just the same way when you talk to someone who's, like has been a dentist for 20 years, and you're like, oh, dentistry, it's a tough job. He's like, yeah, like I'm thinking of leaving the practice. And you're like, oh, you got another practice? Like, no, I'm just going to retire. And they're like, how? And it's like, well, like, dentists make a good amount of money, and I've just been siphoning off some amount of it every year. And after 20 years, that's a lot of money. So a lot of times working for fitness, people expect these big results right away.
Yeah.
They expect it to be glorious, and it's not. It's short term effort every couple days, every day, every little bit here, and
Yep.
it adds up. There's no glory until you're 54 and the 20-year-old kids in the back on your bus ride into Cancun are asking you for tips about abs, and everyone's like, whoa, really?
Yeah.
Like, and then
Yeah.
I know there's this thing where when you're in shape and you're older, other people that are older and are not in shape have this like incredulousness when they look at you. They think it's some magical stuff
Yeah.
that you must have done. What's the secret? Is it the organic foods? Is it this weird weightlifting philosophy? And the secret has really just been 10 years of
Yeah. 10
consistency,
years. Exactly.
training pretty hard, but not trying to kill yourself. And voila, just the same way with most wealth building, that's some crazy thing you stumbled upon, digging in your backyard and boom, oil comes out. It's a matter of just allocating your resources intelligently for years and years. A lot of it takes the same kind of discipline, the same kind of foresight, and the same kind of commitment to boring fundamentals. And also in fitness, there's this other thing where there's a new workout approach every month, every 6 months that everyone's talking about.
Sure.
And it's so easy to just flip the script and go to that, but you really just should be sticking to the basics. And I don't have to tell you that in finance and investing, oh my God, and a lot of the shows, like, what is it, like Mad Money or whatever, stuff
Mhm.
like that. Like, if that guy knew anything, he would just be investing and shutting the hell up about it and getting crazy year on year returns. It turns out it's just
Right.
supposed to be entertaining you. And so there's always like, people will say things to me like, what are you doing with Tesla stock? Have you seen Tesla stock? I mean, believe it or not, I do not pay attention to Tesla day to day or even week to week because I hold some Tesla stock. I think it's smart. I think it's a great company, but I hold a stock in like about a million other companies. I just don't care. I'm not jumping on that hot new thing unless it's
Right.
very compelling. Like if there's a decent fund out there that does AI, or especially like hardware for AI, is like computing hardware is a zero loss industry.
Right.
The next 10 years, if you have a story about how the world evolves in which computing hardware is not valuable, I'd sure like to hear it.
Yeah.
There's a
We
deficit of
we we need
computer
lots of
chips.
shovels. That's where the
Can you
hardware is. A
imagine,
bunch of
right?
shovels. Yeah.
Exactly. So outside of things like that, which really take a few months or years to come up until they're sure things,
Oh,
and then
for
you pour
sure.
into them, you don't want to be hop skipping from investment strategy to strategy, thinking, oh, this is the new thing. And same thing with fitness. And people are promising
Yeah.
you quick results, quick schemes. That also fails. Same way in
So
fitness.
funny. Yeah, it's really funny because the principles of investing and fitness are very similar, and I didn't know if you would agree or not. So that
Oh
was
yeah,
pretty cool.
totally.